Peace and blessings, everybody. Salutations, man. You know, it's another episode of Bigger Thoughts. I'm here to tell y'all some more stories about my life and the things I've been through, the things that I experienced, places I went. Today we're gonna talk about a little story that took place back here in New York, back in the Bronx. I don't know what year this was. I probably was about 16, maybe 17. At the time, I didn't know what I was going to do. You know what I mean? I didn't know what direction I was going. I didn't know, what I was going to do next. You know what I mean? I had a fallout with my peoples. Me and my cousin and all that, we had a little disagreement up there in Binghamton. And now here I am back in New York trying to regroup, start something new. Start something, a whole new operation on my own. Something I never did before, you know what I mean? I never stepped out on my own. I was I was that kid that wanted to be, family. You know what I mean? I watched The Godfather. I seen shit like that. Heat. I seen Strong Cruise as the ideal criminal, organization. It had to be, a movement, the mafia, all of this, things like that, I idolized groups and movements, and now here I was having to start something on my own. Now, at the time I didn't realize that I already had the skills that I needed to do what I had to do, I already was doing it, I was holding blocks down already. I was already distributing packs and finding workers and, all of the above, So it wasn't really like there was a lack thereof of any skills. I just wasn't in practice on my own, I guess. So I never had to fly on my own. So it's like, I guess this is my first flight solo, The training wheels was off, I guess, so to speak. So it's a funny situation because maybe 2 weeks before this day, the Dominican kids from the block around my mom's way and all that had reached out to another dude I know. He was from Harlem too, but he was a Dominican kid, He knew English because of course he grew up here and all that, His English was well. Their English wasn't so well, so they brung him down. I don't know whether to be the translator or because they thought I might have been with him or whatever, but everybody knew that I was by myself. Everybody knew that I wasn't a part of